Are you someone who feels hopeless sometimes? Or maybe you're someone who just feels kind of mad all the time? Or do you spend so much time doing things that are fun that they're just not fun anymore? If you answered yes to one or more of those questions, you may be in a vacuum. I'm going to tell you how to get out of that vacuum in today's Message for Monday, a useful message for teens in 4 minutes or less. Without meaning in our lives, we slip into what's called an existential vacuum. That's just a fancy way of saying that we don't really have a good answer to why we should be doing anything. We are all just blobs of mass pointlessly floating around a pointless space. It can get real dark. But it's not even like it's just a vacuum full of stereotypical emo kids. This can happen to literally anyone. And being in a vacuum can lead us to 3 things: aggression, addiction, and depression. Those words seem real serious, but we can find all 3 of these on some level in every teen's life. Let's take a look at each. First, aggression. Aggression isn't just acting like Superman on red kryptonite. It can simply be just being a jerk to your family. For a lot of teens, aggression just shows up as being snarky or sarcastic all the time. Next, addiction, which doesn't just mean cocaine. For most teens, addiction is just a habit of not letting a craving go unanswered. Like, we're not very good at wanting something that's right there and not taking it. And that can look like scrolling through social media or watching YouTube all day, looking at porn, eating bags and bags of flaming hot Cheetos, or drinking gallons of soda a week. Lastly, depression. For some, it's just the constant hum of hopelessness in their lives, thinking that things are never going to work out for them. So if all 3 of these things, aggression, addiction, and depression, are showing up in our lives on some level, and it's because we might be in an existential vacuum, how do we get out of it? Well, famous psychiatrist Viktor Frankl said there are 3 things we can do to add meaning to our lives that will help us get out of the vacuum. First, meaningful work. Ugh, there's that word we hate, work. It seems counterintuitive, but having meaningful work in someone's life is proven to make them happier. When we constantly avoid work, we devalue work and we overvalue pleasure. And that is literally the cause of addictions. But finding meaningful work directly combats our addictive behaviors. Do service for someone, become a teen entrepreneur, or work for somebody else and make money and save up money for a purpose. Spend time creating, like writing or drawing or painting. There is literally nothing more fulfilling than a good day of meaningful work. Second, encounter someone. Okay, that's how Frankl puts it, but it just means spend time creating connections with important people in your life. Parents, siblings, friends, mentors. Yes, parents. Even dating, if you're mature enough. We often want to separate ourselves from others, especially when we feel down. But building meaningful relationships with others will, add meaning to our lives. And it directly combats aggression, which is us trying to get power over other people rather than building a meaningful connection with them. Third, the attitude we take to unavoidable suffering. And a lot of that unavoidable suffering happens in our teenage years. Sorry, guys. So you can be negative about it, or you can take it on as a challenge, like part of what is shaping you to becoming that awesome adult you're going to become one day. This directly combats depression by adding meaning to our suffering. So, to recap, if you want to get out of that existential vacuum, stop playing video games and scrolling social media all the time and start engaging in meaningful work. Stop withdrawing from people with snarky comments and start building connections with them. And stop thinking negatively about your suffering and start finding meaning in it. If you do all that, you'll be sucked right out of the vacuum or pulled right out or spewed. I don't know how the science of all that works. Did you find this video helpful? If so, you gotta get my new gamified mindset training app just for teens, Sidekick to Hero. That's where I go deeper into all this stuff with an amazing community of teens striving to become the hero of their own story. It's kind of like video games and YouTube had a baby. You can earn XP, level up, customize your own avatar, and win real-life prizes. All while learning how to be more confident, build better social skills, and achieve your goals. Check it out at sidekicktohero.com.